and where we need to, the difference between the list and the tuple, and the most important thing is where we need to use the data types. What is the business requirement, or what is the real-time examples for using the different type. It means like based on the business requirement or based on the customer requirement, based on the application, what type of data I need to, what type of data type I need to use for the given requirement. Okay, I'll summarize what is happened in the last class. Those people who are not attended my session, like in Python also data types are there. Data types are used for the storing the data in different categorize the data and storing the data in different data types. Numbers are used, integers or floating and long integer, whatever the thing variables are there, we use the number data type for storing the data. And string means a collection of elements. We are using the string for the storing the we use the string data type for storing the data. And third one is the list. It's a collection of element, means whether it is a string, whether it is a integer, whatever it's a combination of different elements. Okay, till now we discuss about these three data types. Now we are going to discuss about tuple. Now different methods are there. Might be if you now we'll see about the tuple. Tuple is a sequence of immutable Python objects. Why we mentioned the immutable? Why? Because previously we discussed about one of the data type, that is a list, that is a mutable data type. Now we are going to discuss about one more data type, that is called tuple, which is a immutable Python object. We'll discuss about what is the object in the later slides. Why? Because whenever we are discussing about the OOPS concepts in Python, that time we will discuss about what is the object and all. So as of now, try to remember, tuple is a sequence of immutable Python object. Tuples are sequence just like a list. Now, whatever might be, this word is confusing to you, might be. Why? Because tuples are sequences just like a list. If the list is there for the given requirement, then what is the point of going for the tuple? So the difference is there between the tuple and list. But as of now, try to remember tuples are the sequences just like a list. By end of this session or by end of this class, definitely you will get to know what is the major difference between the tuple and the list, and when we need to use the tuple and when we need to use the list for a given requirement. Understanding, right? The only difference in the tuple can be changed. Tuples cannot be changed. Understanding, right? In the previous slides, whenever I want to do any update, delete, truncate, truncate anything, I can change in the tuple. I can change in the list. But in case of the tuple, we are not supposed to change anything. If you want to do some changes, if you want to delete, if you want to change some other way, you need to do. What is that way? We will discuss it in the later slides. Now, as of now, try to remember the only difference between the tuples and lists is list can be updatable, but in case of the tuple, we are not supposed to update. Understanding, right? Tuples are immutables, and tuples use the parentheses and list use the square brackets. The one more difference is, now here only you will get to know the three differences. The first difference is tuples are immutable and list are the mutables. And the second difference is the tuples cannot be updated, tuples cannot be changed. If you can change, but some other way you can change. But whatever the values which is present in the tuples, we are not supposed to change. Might be the statement is contradicted, but in the later slides you will see the practical examples on how, if you want to change the tuples, what we need to do. If you want to delete the tuple, what we need to do. We'll see the practical examples as well. And the third important point is, The tuples are use the parenthesis. Parenthesis means open bracket and close bracket like this way. And if it is a list, we'll use the square brackets. And one more point you need to observe is, try to remember, see this tuples. It's a collection of integer values, or it is a combination of string and integer values also. It's not only restricted to the integer values. It's not only interested to the strings. It's a collection, or it's a combination of strings as well as the numbers. Understanding, right, everyone? Try to remember this one. Whenever I don't want to change that particular tuple, the best example for this one, the given requirement is, I want to know the latitude and longitude of any that particular map, or I want to create a bank account. It means the value which is present, we are not supposed to change until unless if it is a bank account, if I am closing that particular account, till that time the value is not going to get changed. Other parameter might be changed. If the parameters getting changed, we can go for the list. The parameters not changing, then we need to go for the tuples. The best example is longitude and latitude in the map, and the one more example is account number in a bank. Understanding, right? Now we'll see the continuation of the tuple. The empty tuple is written as two parentheses containing nothing. You can write the empty tuple also. And one more point here you need to remember is, it is same as for the list also. You can give the list followed list equal to, here we need to give the square brackets of open bracket and closed bracket. That is also give the empty list over there. Here it will give the empty tuple. Understanding, right? If you want to know the how many elements which are present in this particular tuple is, you can give the length of this particular tuple. Length function is there. You can check. It will give the 0 only. To write a tuple containing a single value, you have to include the comma, even though there is only one value. So the one interesting in tuple is, but it is not that much good for looking. But whenever you want to use the tuple, if you are writing only one tuple in that particular sequence, you can write it. This one is a sequence. You can say in the one, at least one tuple is also there. But that time also you need to provide the comma for this particular value. Understanding, right, everyone? Whenever you want to write any tuple containing a single value, you have to include the comma, even though when there is only one value. So here, practical example I am demonstrating, and here previously whenever I want to write list, I am just comparing a list as well, list with the tuple. Open bracket 1, 2, 3. So whenever I want to update this one, how I need to do? List followed by the index. Everyone knows the index, right? It follow index start with the 0 and followed by 0, 1, 2. If it is a reverse order, -1, -2, -3. Understanding, right? You can write like this way. Now the value equal to 10. You can update like this way. Print list. Okay, print followed by a list. What you observe now here, list can be updatable. See, it means the value in the previously in the initially the values which are present in the list is 1, 2, 3. After I updated the index of 1, means index 0, index 1 and index 2. Index 1 means 2. The value which is present in the index 1 is 2. So I want to update the value which is present in the index 1 equal to 2. I updated to 10, from 2 to 10. So the list after updation is 1, 10, 3. So I can, whatever I said the statement, right? So now we will come to tuple. equal to, and you need to follow the naming conventions as well. Need to properly naming convention. Why? Because, for example, in the real-time application, take the real-time application. Whenever you are going to do, so the best example is you are going to create one bank account application or bank application. By using Python, you are going to do. So account number, you need to give the proper naming convention. If you are, instead of giving the account number equal to so and so value, and if you give the X or Y or Z or A or B or C, if the naming conventions are not proper, the developer can get to know what is the name, what is the value which is stored in the X variable or Y variable or Z variable or ABCD variable. But the person who is coming to newly joined in that project, the person don't know what is the value is present in so and so variable or ABC variable. So you need to give the proper naming convention. In software industry, most of the things, the one of the coding guideline and important coding guideline is you need to follow the naming convention. You need to follow the naming convention for better understanding and for better understanding to others as well as to us also. After so many days you are trying to open your code only, you might get confused with the what is the value stored in this particular variable. So you need to follow the proper naming convention. Understanding, right? One more example is one more thing is like for some other person, someone newly joined in project, that person for reading purpose you must follow the naming convention. The second important point is you need to give the comments for each and every line if possible, or if not possible you need to give the at least a function to, that particular comments start with this letter. In the initial session you might have seen these things, right? So if you want to write the comments, you need to follow the hash key, and you must write the comment for each and every function. If possible, you need to write for each and every line as well, if possible. Understanding, right? Okay, we'll see. Tuple start with the 1, 2, 3. So if you write like this way, so I want to update this tuple. Print tuple is fine. You'll try to see. It took the 1, 2, 3. I want to update same as a list by using index. Comma 1 equal to, here I can give the 20, or for better understanding whatever the value given in the after, will give now also as a 10 only, and try to run this program and print. So what error message, what error it got through? Try to see this one. Whenever and everyone is most of the people are new to the programming language, right? So whenever you are doing any program, if you want to learn seriously that particular programming language, try to read entire error message. Try to read entire error message. Why? Because from the error only you will get to know what is the solution for the solution for the problem. Definitely, if you try to read this one, trace back most recent call loss, and Python whatever the line number 9 in module tuple 1 equal to 10. I am assigning the value to the tuple. I am assigning a value to the tuple, or I am updating the value which is present in the tuple. What is that error it throws? Tuple object does not support item assignment. It means I'm not supposed to update the values which are present in the tuple. Understanding, right? Now by error message only I got to know then what is that error? Tuple object does not support item assignment. Whenever if you want to become a very good programmer, you must remember only, as well as the whenever you are getting any errors message, whenever your compiler error or runtime error or segmentation, whatever the errors you are getting, you must read those errors. In that particular error message only, 99% of error message you have the answers. In some other cases, it might be because of only previous line error, before and after error. That type of errors also will come, but 99% you will get to know the what you have done in the what you have done the mistake in the program. Definitely will get. Everyone must read the errors which the compiler has thrown. Understanding, right? Now you got to know, right? Everyone got to know, right? So this is the regarding the tuple C. Now my requirement is, Surendra said tuples we are not supposed to update it, and what we need to do if I want to update it. By some scenario, some extreme cases also there, right? In the initial days, my requirement is I'm not supposed to update it that particular field. So then I choose the tuple value. So after that, the business requirement is changed. So then I need to start thinking about how I need to change the tuple values. How I need to change the tuple values. And one more thing is, here I am not explaining about in the slicing, I am not explaining about the index. Why? Because this index and this slicing is already we covered in the list. So that's why I am not explaining. Why? Because whenever we are talking about the tuples are also same as the list, except this is immutable, and immutable means not updatable, and we use the parenthesis for that one. So understanding, right, everyone? That's why I'm not discussing about the indexing and slicing in the tuple programming. Understanding, right? Now the business requirement got changed. In the initially, the values which are present, values which is not going to get updated. Now the business requirement got changed. I need to update the 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 tuple values. So what we need to do for that particular instance of time, then I'll go for the plus operator. I'll go for the plus operator for concatenation, DL operator for deletion. These kind of things. Some alternatives for the updating, some alternate for the deleting. Tuples are immutable, which means you cannot update or change the values of the tuples, or you can't able to change the values which are present in the tuple sequence. So for that one, what we need to do, we are able to take portions of existing tuples to create a new tuple. By taking the existing tuple as input, and we are creating a new tuple based on the existing tuple. If you observe this particular example, everyone able to see my desktop, right? Everyone able to see my desktop, right? If you observe this one, then what happened? If it is a path of that one, this is the tuple 1, this is a tuple 2. If it is tuple 1, this following action is not valid for tuples. We already seen this particular point by using the compiler. After compilation, we got some error as tuple object not supposed to be updatable. So if you want to update, what we need to do? We need to initialize one more tuple. See, the best approach and the best advantage of this particular programming language. See here, I am not initializing anything. The tuple equal to 0. I am not doing anything. Directly, I created one tuple, and I assigning the combined the two tuple by using the plus operator. Plus operator for the concatenation of two tuples. If you observe this particular example, in the first tuple is 12 comma 33.56, and the second one is ABC and XYZ. It get concatenated both of them, and it got displayed on the console. Everyone is understanding, right? If you have any queries, please note it down. Once the session get over, you can ask the queries. And now deleting the value in a tuple. Now I got to know how can I updated the values which are present in the tuple without using the index. Without using the index. Why? Because index is not going to get work for updation. For accessing the element we can use. For updation purpose we are not supposed to use. Understanding, right? Similarly, how we are going to delete the tuples in a how we are going to delete the tuples, how we are going to delete the variables in a or values in a tuple. We'll see. Removing individual tuple element is not possible. Why? Because we are not supposed to update. This is the word you need to remember whenever you are talking about the tuples. So there is, of course, nothing wrong with putting together another tuple with the undesired element discarded. So whatever the values I want to use, then I can use, and remaining I can discard it based on my business requirement. Based on my business requirement. To explicitly see, these many problems are there, but still we are using the tuple, means definitely definitely one of the advantage is there over list, right? The advantage is tuples are very faster than compared to the list. That is the reason we will go for the tuples. And the value that is not going to get changed for the entire application, then we will go for the tuples. These kind of reasons they are there, that's why still we are using the tuples. So understanding, right, everyone? To explicitly remove an entire tuple, just use the del function. So you need to remember the del method for entire Python programming language. Why? Because we use the del method for number, we use the del method for numbers, string, list, tuple, and dictionary and set. All the data structures which are present in Python, we use the del method. Some other methods, some might be present in one method, some might be present in one for one data type, and some might not be presented for the one data type. But the del function must be present for all the data types. You can apply for all the on all the data types. So tuple. See, if you observe this particular programming example, tuple is called physics chemistry 1997, and means it's a combination of integers and strings. Understanding, right? Print tuple. Now delete entire tuple. If you observe this one, you remember this same function in the list. Whenever you want to use the del function in the list, make sure you need to provide the index. Otherwise, what will happen? I gave one of the precautions, or that I gave one of the alert for using the del function in the list for the list. If you are not providing any index for the list, it is going to delete the entire list. Similarly, whenever you are going to use this one here, del and tuple name, what's going to happen? What's going to happen over here? You'll see the one of the example for this one also. See, here we'll remove this one. We'll remove this one. Tuple is there. Print tuple, or here we use the del function. Del followed by a tuple. Now print t. I printed the tuple, and after applying the delete function, again I applied the I printed the tuple. So we'll see the what type of error message it will throw. So tuple is not defined. Now based on this error message, what you got to know now? Tell me. Based on this error message, what you got to know now? In the initially first line, it is printed successfully. It means the tuple is there, the tuple is already defined, and the values which are present in the values also present in the tuple. The values are 1, 2, 3 values are present in the tuple. Now, after I applied the del and means it remove the structure of the tuple also. You need to remember that point also. Why? Because if the structure is also not deleted, that time what will happen? It will throw the tuple is having the null values or zero values. Del function, if you observe this one, just tup1 equal to, see this one, and print tup1. Now what happened? See, this is a structure is existing, means tuple 1 is already defined. In case of tuple 2, what's going to happen? The tuple is not at all existing. It means that the definition is also not present. So it means it will delete the entire tuple, including the structure also. Understanding, right, everyone? Everyone is understanding, right? Now you must say this question answer. Everyone must say, everyone must read once, and you must provide the answer for this query. Whenever anyone asking about the what is the difference between tuple and list, whenever I want, when I need to go for the tuple and when I need to go for the list, everyone, those people who are attending all the colleges must answer this query. Everyone must answer this query. Why? Because we practice n number of examples, and we practice n number of example based on the list as well as the tuple as well as the list. So I compared and I demonstrate the examples on the examples. Why? What is the difference and all? The first major difference I am reading once again. The tuples is a data structure which is immutable. List is mutable. Once you created a tuple, you cannot manipulate. Why? Because you already seen I'm not supposed to update a single element in a tuple, and I'm not supposed to delete a single element in a tuple. And in case of a list, what we need to do? We can update based on the index also. I can update the based on the index also. Understanding, right? Tuples is used when, and one more point is you can delete based on the index also. You can update as well as they can delete based on the index. Understanding, right? Tuples is used when we know the data elements. When we need to go for the tuples, if you know the data elements, then you need to go for the tuples. If you don't know the data elements, then you need to go for the list. See, here you need to remember tuples is faster and the list is slow when compared to the tuples. This is also fast, but then compared to the tuple, it is slow in terms of execution. Understanding, right, everyone? Now might be there is no need of seeing this example, and make sure, I believe everyone knows why, when we need to go for the tuples, when we need to go for the list, and what is the difference between both of them. Everyone must be aware of these 2 points. Now then we move on to the next step. One more important point is set. Might be mathematical sets also there, right? Everyone remember the mathematical set, right? So sets are list which no duplicate entries. Sets are list. Previously in the list, I can define the two integers as a 1 1. That is also possible. But in case of sets, The no duplication is not possible. So the best example is employee ID. One more best example is the roll number of your college. Everyone having one roll number, right? Everyone having one roll number, right? Everyone having one roll number. That is also you can use the sets for that. A set is an unordered collection of items. Every element is unique, so it means there is no duplication and must be immutable. Here you need to remember is which cannot be changed. Which cannot be changed. Only one thing is mutable, that is called a list, and one more is upcoming is there. The dictionary is also there. We'll see the key values are mutable, and which cannot be changed. However, the set itself is mutable. We can add, remove items from it. Sets can be used to perform mathematical set operation like union, intersection. We are talking about the order above, and here we are talking about the elements. Understanding, right? Sets can be used to perform mathematical set operations like union, intersection, semantic, and differences. You'll see the example. Now, if you observe this one, this is the set, and you can write the set values, open bracket, and this is the curly braces. For list, we use the square bracket. In for the tuples, we use the parenthesis, and for sets we use the curly braces. Understanding, right, everyone? If you want to print, need to print follow. If you give the open bracket and close bracket, also fine. If it is not giving, that is also fine. Create a set. A set is created by placing all the items inside curly braces. Placing all the items inside the curly braces. You already seen separated by comma or by using the built-in function. And one more point you need to remember for here. Tuples. If you are not placing anything over here, open bracket and closed bracket, it will treat it as a tuple only. If you are not giving the open bracket and closed bracket, it means it is not going only. You need to remember that point as well. It can have any number of items, and they may be of different types. Integer, float, you already seen for the list and tuple also. If this is a float and this is a string and this is a integer values, you can write whichever you want. It can have any number of items, and they may be a different types: integer, float, tuple, string, etc. But a set cannot have a mutable elements. Means not changed, like list, set, or dictionary as an element. Try to see this one. Set, my set. This is a set variable name, and the values which are present in the tuple, I printed this particular values by using the print function. Now, set of mixed data types. This is a integers, a set of integers. This is a mixed data type. This is a float. This is a string. This is a list. Or you can say this is a tuple. Now you can see creating a set. How can I create a tuple? How can I create a set? Creating an entity is a bit tricky. Why? Because we'll talk about why it is tricky in the after completion of the dictionary. Why? Because dictionary is one of the data type. We can write it open curly braces only. Empty curly braces and empty curly braces. We make an empty dictionary in Python. See. Might be you will get confused now, but I'll try to clarify. So, see, if you write like this way, A is a variable, I am assigning a one of the list anything to, as of now try to remember this curly braces for set. Print type now try to run this program. So now what I got? I got a see now it will run successfully. So it gave the dictionary. DECT means dictionary. So now what I need to do? Now what I need to do? I need to write a equal to set. I write like this way, and then what I need to do? Need to do the now try to see what it will. Now type function what it will do? What type? I gave the assignment right for functions n number of functions. Type functions what it will do? It will print the type of that particular list, whatever the input you are passing to this particular type, it will give the what type of data type. So it will give that one. So it is little bit tricky. Why? Because if you get the empty parenthesis or like this way, it will treat as a dictionary, not as a set. For treating as a dictionary set, what we need to do? We need to use the parenthesis for this one. We need to give the parenthesis for this one. So changing a set. Changing a set, what we need to do? Sets are mutable, but since there are unordered, index have no meaning. What is that meaning? Like what is the syntax of this meaning? Sets are mutable means it can change, but since they are unordered, there is no order for this one. Indexing have no meaning means I'm not supposed to give index 0, index 1, index 2, not like this way. We cannot access or change an element of set using indexing or slicing. Till now, what we have done for accessing the element? For accessing the element, what we have done for the tuple as well as a list, as well as a number, as well as a string. What we have done? By using the index, we have accessed the values, or by using the slice 1 equal to 2 or 1 is to 2, like that way we have accessed the values. But in case of sets, we are not supposed to access. We cannot access or change any element of set using index or slicing. Set does not support it. Set does not support it. For adding the elements or updating the elements, what we need to do? For adding and updating the elements in the tuple, we use the sum of the methods. What are those methods? We can add single element using the add method and multiple elements using the update method. If you want to add the single element, if you want the single method, I use the add method. If you want to add the more than one element, I will use the update method. Can take tuples, lists, strings or other sets as its arguments. If you want to update in bulk way, it will take it as a tuples also it will take, list also it will take, strings also it will take, and or other sets of its arguments also it will take. In all cases, duplications are avoided. Whenever you want to add any element in the tuple, need to remember one point: we are not supposed to add the duplicate values. If you want to add in bulk also, we are not supposed to add in the tuple. The best example is your roll number only. Already discussed about the examples of when we need to go for it. Or one more example is employee ID in any organization. Employee ID in any organization. That must be unique. If the person knows about the, we'll see one of the example for the one more interesting is why it is coming, the print is coming in a red color, why it is coming in a different color. This is also interesting. Why? Because it is saved as a dot extension as a py. This is not saved dot extension as a py. That's why it is not reflecting in a IDE. Otherwise, it reflected in a IDE. Initializing set. This is the way you need to initialize the set, and then you print it. Then what we need to do, if you uncomment this line, uncomment object does not support indexing. Why? Because I told you, right, slicing and indexing is not supported in sets. Add element in a set, what we need to do, if I want to add the single element, I need to go for the add function. If you want to add the single element, I need to go for the add function. If you want to go for I want to add the list of elements, then I need to go for I need to add the more than one element to the set, I need to go for the update method. If you want to add the single element, need to go for the add function. Understanding, right, everyone? If you run this program, no need of running a program also. We can see the output over here. We'll see what's going to happen. Curly braces we are going to use for the dictionary as well. The curly braces used in the previous one of the data type, that is called set. We are using the same curly braces for and then how can you differentiate a set with the key? My question is, definitely everyone must be thinking this point of view. Whenever I am comparing to this one, then how can you differentiate between both of them? How can you differentiate between the both of them? By using the colon operator, you can differentiate between both of them. This is if you observe this particular example, empty, this is a empty dictionary, and this is a combination of integer and the string. So 1 colon followed by we'll see one example on this. We'll see one example. So don't think that why Surendra is now following naming convention over here. Whenever I'm talking about any real-time example, definitely I'll follow the naming convention. But this is a general creation and a general explanation. That's why I'm not following the naming convention over here. Don't think that he is not following naming convention. Why we need to follow the naming convention? If the business requirement is there, definitely I will go for the naming and follow the naming conventions, and I will follow the comments, coding guidelines. Everyone, before starting programming language, before starting program in any one of the console or any one IDE, you must know what is the coding guidelines in that particular programming language. You need, before writing Python programs also, everyone must be aware of coding guidelines. what we need to write for the class object, what we need to write for the variable name, where must we start with the upper letter, capital letters or small letter. If it is a class, I need to start with the capital letters or small letter. You need to remember this point. Okay. So open bracket. If it is a integer, no need of writing anything. So it is a 1, and you can write a pen, whatever you want. And this is a 1 pair. 1 comma pen is a 1 key value, and second one is the you can write a whatever you want. Okay. So I want to present in the printed the values which are present in the dictionary. Understanding, right, everyone? Now mixed keys also is there. Mixed keys also is there. Try to see this one. Dictionary with the integer as key and values are in the form of string. Here dictionary with a mixed value. Name John and 1 is a. Here you need to remember one point over here. Whenever you run this one, right? And this is the key. 1, 2 are the keys, and pen and marker are the values to that particular key. Values to that particular key. You need to remember that one. It's a combination of key and value. So here accessing the values in a dictionary. How we can access the values in a dictionary? How can you access the values in the dictionary? To access dictionary elements, you can use the familiar square brackets. You need to remember one point. Here you need to remember everyone remember one point. If I'm going to write a tuple also here, open bracket and close bracket, if you want to access those elements, how we are doing? Again I using the square brackets only. Understanding, right? I'm using the square brackets only. Similarly, to access our dictionary elements, you can use the familiar square brackets along with the key to obtain its value. So try to see this one. DACT dictionary. This is the variable dictionary data type. This is a variable of dictionary data type. This is the key value. Key. This is the value. And this is the key, this is value, this is key, this is value. And I want to display this one for accessing this one, dictionary and followed by the name. Means I can access the, previously I want to access the value, I'm using the index of 1. Like if it is a tuple, I need to use the tuple of 1. If it is a list of 1. But here the key value is already there. The key value is already there. By using the key, I am getting the value which is present in that particular key. The value which is present in that particular key, I am accessing based on the key. See, try to see here. Try to see here. Print of 1. What I will get? What output I will get now? Why? Because the key is 1, the value which is present in that key is 10. So it got displayed like this way. If it is a previously, if it is a list, I use the list of 1 means 0, 1. The value which is present in the index 1, we are able to access that one. But in case of dictionary, we need to use the key for accessing the value or displaying the value in that particular dictionary. So I can add the list also. If you want, I can add the list also. I can add to the dictionary also. Here I can update the dictionary. You can update the dictionary by adding a new entry or a key value pair. Modifying an existing entry or deleting an existing entry also. How we can update the values in a dictionary. We'll see one example. This is the dictionary which is containing the name, age and class. These are the keys, and Zara A7, and first class is this is the values to that particular key. Distinct age. See, previously the value location, what is there in the value location? 7 is there. I am updating to 8. Here you need to remember one point is keys are not changing. The values are changing, but the keys are not changing. Understanding, right, everyone? In the dictionary data type, keys are not changing. Only the values are going to get changed. If you want to add, you can add the elements. Here, try to see this one. Dictionary age. If the existing value is 7 is there, now it got changed to 8. I am going to add the school name also. Previously name is there, age is there, class is there. I want to add one more key is school, and the value which is present in that one is the DPS school. So then this is the way you need to add the elements in a dictionary. Understanding, right, everyone? This is the way you need to add the elements in a dictionary. And requesting everyone, might be it is familiar to you only, might be some people who are already gone through the dictionary, definitely it will get bored, but those people who are new to the programming language, definitely it is going to useful to them. Those people who are already familiar with it, definitely 1 or 2 points definitely add on to your experience, or add on to your whatever you know, your knowledge. Definitely. We can remove a particular item in a dictionary by using the method pop. This pop method, where you saw the pop method, the set also we use the pop method, and one more method of deleting the elements in the set is discard, right? So this method remove an item with the provided key and returns the value. The method pop items can be used to remove and return an arbitrary item, key and value from the dictionary. And this is in the dictionary we can use the pop method. Why? Because I know the key and I know the value. So in the set I don't know the order of the elements. So it is little bit tricky using the pop method in the sets, for the sets, but in case of dictionary we can use the pop method for removing or deleting items from the dictionary. All the items can be removed at once using the clear method. Again, clear method is also there in the sets, and clear method is also there for the dictionary also. The clearing method, what's going to happen? It will clear the elements, but the structure is going to be get present. If you want to remove the structure also, what we need to do? We need to use the del function or del method for deleting the structure as well. We can also use the del keyword to remove the individual items or the entire dictionary itself. Why? Because here I know the keys, so I can remove the individual elements also. Or the entire item. Deleting an item in a dictionary. How can I delete the element? by using the pop of 4. Pop of 4 means what? What is this for? What is this for, everyone? This is the, we are providing the key to this particular pop method. We are providing the key. This is the key which is contained the value of 16, and I provided the key to here, and I print the square over here. Now try to see 4 and 16 is not is present in the print statement. It only present the 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 5, not 4. Why? Because we popped the 4, the key value of 4 is popped from the dictionary. Everyone is getting right? Everyone is getting right? If you want, we'll see one more example also. One example on seen this, right? And the output is this one. If you want to add item in a dictionary, you can do like this way, by using a key and followed by the value. This is the updation, and this is the adding element. If you want to update element by using the keys, you can update. If you want to add also, this is the key and this is the value. For adding the item also, if you want to add the items also, item also in the dictionary also, this is the dictionary name and this is the key value. For adding also, this is the key value, and this is the value which is present in the that particular dictionary. See, age 27, this is the key and this is the value, this is the key and this is the value, this is the key and this is the value. If you observe the syntax of this one, the value which is present in this square bracket, that is the key, and whatever the assigning downtime is, we are assigning the downtime to this particular thing. So understanding, right, everyone? Everyone is understanding, right? Now we'll see one more example on deleting a element in a dictionary. Deleting a element in a dictionary. How we can delete a element in a dictionary? We already discussed about how we are deleting an element in a dictionary using the pop method. We are providing the key to that particular pop method. The input parameter is index of that one, and we are going to delete the element. See, if you try to run this program, what's going to happen, we'll see. It will try to run this program, what's going to happen, we'll see. So, try to see this one. Initially, we pop the 4, it will give 4 is going to get removed. Remove an arbitrary method, pop item. This is also one of the method for deleting element, and del function also we need to use for deleting. Del method, and if you are not, you make sure whenever you are using the del function, you need to remember, if you know the proper key value, then only you need to go for the del function. You might remember that list also. If you know the proper index, then only you need to go for the del function. If you don't know the index, or if you don't know the proper exact value, then don't go for the del function. If your del function, if you give del followed, if you are not mentioning anything, it remove entire that particular list, or in a list or tuple or dictionary as well. If you see this one, del followed by that particular dictionary name, what it happen? It will throw error. Why? Because see, if you executed this one, it will throw some error. See, why it got throw an error is not defined. Why it is not defined? We use the before this print statement, we use the del. There is no limit. We are not providing the key value to deleting that element. So if you are not mentioning any key value over here, it is going to delete the entire dictionary. It is going to delete the entire dictionary. Understanding, right? Make sure, try to remember whenever to use the del function. Whenever you are going to use the del function, try to remember or try to be careful while by using the del function. And these are the methods. Now it's time. It's time to your turn. Everyone note it down. Everyone note it down. Clear methods. These are the methods which are present in the for the dictionary. Methods which are there for the dictionary. Note it down. First one is the clear. Second one is the copy. Square followed by bracket followed by the V close bracket, and fourth one is the get. Third one is the items. Fifth one is the items. Sixth one is the key. Seventh one is the pop, and eighth one is the pop items. Ninth one is a set default. 10th one is the update and values. I'll discuss about few of them. Why? Because these are the important things for the dictionary. I'll discuss about few of them so that you will get some idea. You can make sure you also need note it down. You also need to practice at home. Everyone must practice at home. And I am repeating this word again. Unless you are not going to practice the programming example, you never learn any programming language. Okay, I'm giving 1 minute time to write, note down these methods. There is no parameters. We are not going to get passed to that particular. So we just pass the clear and followed by the open bracket and close bracket. If you observe this one, if you observe this example, and D open bracket 1 comma 1 2 comma 2. So D dot clear means what happened? It got deleted and there is no. Here, if it is not a clear, if you use the del function, what's going to happen? It got remove the structure as well. But if you use the clear method, only remove this particular elements which are present in the dictionary. And copy method written as shallow copy. Might be, don't get confused with shallow copy, deep copy in C++ programming language. Just try to remember it, create the shallow copy only. I'll give you an example for the shallow copy here. The copy method does.
Share your screen.
Sorry. Sorry, sir. Here in the clear method, what happened? Just this is the dictionary, and just pass the method, use the method as clear. What happened? For clear method, just it got cleared all the elements which are present in the dictionary, and just it won't disturb any structure of that particular dictionary. So if you use the del method, it is going to delete the structure as well. If you check the output of this one, if you see the output of this one, this is the dictionary and followed by the empty dictionary. Why? Because I cleared all the elements, key and values which are present in the dictionary. Copy method. The copy method returns a shallow copy of the dictionary. You just pass the dictionary distinct and followed by the copy, no parameters. The copy method does not take any parameters. The method returns a shallow copy of the dictionary if it does not modify the original dictionary. It won't check the update. One more interesting point over here you need to observe. Just original, this is one of the dictionary, and the values which are present in the dictionary. Just what we have done, I created one more dictionary and we are copying the old dictionary by using the copy method. What happened? This is the original one. This is the new one. We copied by using the copy method. By using the copy method, we copied. The from key method create a new dictionary from the given sequence of elements with the value provided by the user. The value are provided by the user. We dictionary from here you need to remember the sequence means whatever the values of the present, right? That is the sequence, and this is the optional one. This is the optional. If you provide, not provide, it's fine. I will discuss about example of if you provided the value, what it will happen. If you are not providing the values, what it will happen. We'll see one of the example. The from key method takes the two parameters. First parameter is a sequence and second parameter is a value. The sequence of elements which is to be used as keys from the new dictionary. The sequence will take for the new dictionary, and value, this is optional, with value which is set to each element of a dictionary. We will see one other example for this one. This is a sequence. This is a sequence and this is the dictionary. DACT dot from keys of the sequence, name, age and gender. Name, age and gender, these three are there in the sequence. And now I want to print this one. What's going to happen? We'll try to see. We want to print this one. What will happen? Age equal to none. When this particular case, none case, when is this case? The value, if I am not providing the value to that particular from key method, then it will take it as a none. If I provided the value to this one, it will take it as a value to that one. Now try to see this one. In the first two lines, what happened? I am not providing the value to any value to this particular sequence. Now what happened? Name equal to none and age equal to none, gender equal to none. But in case of if I provided a value to this particular sequence, now check the value this one. So age equal to 10, name equal to 10 and the gender is equal to 10. I'm just giving the static values only. Don't get confused this one. You can practice the n number of example and make sure. Don't think that why Surendra is only practicing the simple question only, 1 or 2 lines statements only. Why he is not practicing, or why he is not giving more number of examples, just like a random number, Fibonacci number and all these things. Why? Because this is the starting step of learning any programming language. If you know the simple syntaxes, you can construct and you can build 100 lines of codes. You can build 1,000 lines of code. In the next class, we are going to discuss about that only. I'll come up with one business requirement and where I need to start that problem. See, for example, finding the 100 integer values or 100 in the list, 100 integers are there. I want to know the prime numbers. First, what we need to do? I need to go by the step-by-step level. First, I will identify the requirement. Then I will start writing the program. In the next class, I will do that one. As of now, try to see these examples and don't think that why we are giving the only one line of code. Okay. And make sure try to practice the example. Dictionary get method. The method get returns a value from the given key. If key is not available, then return the default value none. If the value is present in that, you need to remember the key, here the key, not a value. It will check the key, not a value. So the syntax for this one, what is that syntax? Dictionary dot get key default equal to none. The value to what is the value is check the parameters. This is the key to be searched in the dictionary. See, one dictionary is there, 1 to 100 integers there. I want to check 101 element is there in that 101 is there in that particular list or not. I need to pass that particular 101 over here. This is the value to be written in case the key value does not. If the 101 value is not present in that dictionary, what I need to do? See, every function must return one value. The return value must be present. This method return a value for the given keys. If key is not available, then return default value to none. If you try to see the example over here, this age, or if the value is present, it return the 7. Why? Because I passed only. I think it is passed. I think it is existing, that one. So we didn't pass the. What we need to take, if the value is not present, what is the precautions I need to take? The business requirement. I take the example of business requirement as Facebook login, username and password. If the username and password does not exist, throw some error as username and password does not match. See, if this is the business record. If I don't know the user enter the username and password. If the username and password does not match, I don't want to take. According to this statement, what's going to happen? If the values are not present, what we need to do? There is no precautions I need to take. The user, what he need to take, what he may think, he enter the username and password correct, but it is not redirected to the home page. So that case we need to go for the. If the username and if the things which are not placed properly, the things which are not there in that particular list, what action I need to take? What precautions I need to take? The education. So the register, the username is not present in the list. The username not present in the database. What we need to do? So before accessing this one, you need to register. You need to pop up the appropriate error message. That's why building the compiler itself is a huge task. That's why building a compiler is a huge task. Why? Because we need to think in the customer point of view, or need to think in the business requirement point of view. If the user enters so and so, what type of error message I need to throw? If user need to collect all the precautions, then you need to throw this. You saw the examples, right? If whenever I am updating the tuple, what it throw in a message, you can't able to perform update operation on the tuple. So that error message only I'll got to know. So that's why it is very difficult to designing compiler. Hash keys. Hash keys what? The method hash keys return the true if the given key is available in the dictionary, otherwise it return false. Previously, if it is written, it will return a value. If it is not there, it will throw what precautions I need to. But here simply it will throw a true or false condition, Boolean condition. So dictionary items, the method items, distinct key and value, tuple pairs. What we need to do? Items means what are the items which are present in the dictionary, it will display. Anyhow, don't think that I'm going fast. You need to practice at home also. These are the methods you need to practice at home also. That's why I'm little bit moving fast. So if you practice at home, definitely you'll get some idea on these methods. Understanding, right, everywhere? If you practice, definitely you got the keys. Means key is a method, it will display all the methods. Key is the method, it will display all the key values it is going to get. If it is the values, it is going to display all the values in the dictionary. The method keys return a list of all the available keys in the dictionary. Keys means what? It will display the all. It will get the all the keys which are present in the dictionary. It will display. If it is a values, it will display the all the values which are present in the dictionary. This method return a list of all the available keys in the dictionary. Values. This is the value method. The method values return the list of all the available all the values available in a given dictionary and followed by the values and return value. This method return a list of all available values available in a dictionary. It will display. This is the values. Name is the key. Jara is a value. Jara is a values. So values are displayed. So by final PPT, might be everyone is happy, right? So real-time example for data structures. So when we need to, till now the session cover in the past two sessions we covered the data types, number, string, tuple, list and set and dictionary. Finally we got conclude. Everyone got to know right now what are the data types and how we need to use the data type. Now we need to know what is the business requirement when we need to use these kind of data types. What kind of data type we need to use for the given requirement. So I am giving the example, real-time example when we need to go for these data types also. Understanding, right, everyone? Tuples can be used in situation like to store the latitude and longitude of the location in a geographical map. So why? Because why we need to go for the tuples in this scenario? Anyone? Please respond in the chat window. Tuple. And one more is list can be used as a situation like where some of the employees in a companies are managed. Here you can use the list as well as the set also. Third one is the dictionary can be used in situation like where a person profile or a hardware configuration. The one more best example is any website registration. Any website registration. This is the keys and these are the values. In these scenarios, these are the scenarios we can go real-time scenarios. We can use the different tuples. Understanding, right, everyone? If you have any queries, please ask me in chat window. I'm going to take one real-time example or one business requirement so that I will explain about step by step how we need to think, in business point of view, where I need to start in Python programming language, what are the requirement, what are the inputs I need to take for the given requirement, how to reduce the time complexity while dealing with the loops. I think I hope so. This is not a in which point of view you want to reduce in the complexity, that is also important. There is no complexity is there, time complexity is there. Simply, I think hope so. You can ask some other question. Might be this is not a. I feel this is not a proper question.